Everybody Wants Some is a new movie about bacon. Because, honestly, who doesn't want bacon? Even vegetarians want bacon. See? And you thought I was being facetious, didn't you? That's right. Big words in this review. Everybody Wants Some is a new movie directed by Richard Linklater and starring Blake Jenne, Zoey Deutch, some guy that looks like Billy Crudup, and some guy that looks like their brother from Titus. The movie is a spiritual sequel to 1993's Dazed and Confused, and I think it actually might have started out a little more than that. This movie is set in 1980, which is 4 years after Dazed and Confused. And one of the characters in Dazed and Confused, his name was Mitch, was a pitcher on a baseball team. He was at the end of 8th grade in that movie. This movie is at the beginning of school, just before college starts, and the main character is a freshman, Mitch would be that age, and is a pitcher. So I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, it just seems to me like that originally maybe was supposed to be a direct sequel, but for whatever reason they shied away. So the movie takes place at a college in the 3 days before class starts. It mainly follows the main character named Jake as he moves into what is essentially a fraternity, but isn't called one. It's 2 houses for the baseball players that are off campus at a college. The cast has great chemistry together. They all, they kind of bust each other's balls, and they have great rapport back and forth, and each of the characters really has kind of their own distinct personality. There are 2 characters that kind of really stand out to me in the movie, though. One of them is Finnegan, played by Glenn Powell, who is kind of like the smooth talker of the group and the wise ass. And he is very funny and charismatic throughout the movie. Seeing him pick up girls because he's talking about his average penis is actually pretty brilliant. Another character that sticks out to me is Jay Niles, played by Justin Street, who is a frickin' psychopath. He always wants to, step up to somebody, gives people stare downs, but he has this, crazy look to him, and it fits for the time. Most of the characters have mustaches, but he has this mustache and these big glasses, and he just wants to fight everybody. And they're at a disco at one point, and he ends up getting into a fight with the bartender over a mixed drink, and he was calling it a manly mixed drink, but it really wasn't. And it was just pretty funny. And all of his shit, at one point he gets to the mound and just tries to fucking psych everybody out and tries to strike him out, and it's thoroughly entertaining and funny to watch. And as I said, all of the characters have their own kind of distinct personalities and quirks. Billy Crudup Jr. over there, he is very competitive and loses his shit pretty easily. There's another guy that plays, was it P-Knuckles? I don't know if no, it's not P-Knuckles. It's another knuckle foot game. But anyway, he plays that and gets fucking bloodied to shit and doesn't want to stop and makes dumb bets constantly. All of the characters are distinct characters, and it makes it feel like a more real world. Not like the weird, stupid show from MTV. Like an actual real world. So with this being a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused and having the same director, it's kind of hard not to compare the two. Just like with Dazed and Confused, the soundtrack is a strong point in the movie. I don't think the soundtrack's quite as good, but that's gonna be up to your musical taste. This also is very much kind of like a moment in the life movie like Dazed and Confused was, where there's not really a strong plot. It's more just kind of capturing this moment, this time in these characters' lives. I think Everybody Wants Some is actually a little less focused than Dazed and Confused as far as plot or having an arc to any of the characters. I don't really see any arc really in any of them. I do think it's a nice, charming movie that is still very funny and worth your time to check out. Everybody Wants Some is rated B+. So being that Everybody Wants Some is a college movie, name a college movie you really like. One I really like is Animal House. It's a classic. It's hilarious, and John Belushi is brilliant. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. So again, name a college movie you really like, make your mark below in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Everybody Wants Some is a new movie about bacon. Because honestly, who doesn't want bacon? Even vegetarians want bacon. See? I bet you thought I was being facetious. That's right. While the preponderance of what happens in the film may seem superfluous, it goes a long way in showing our protagonist's camaraderie. Big word.